Hey guys, welcome back to Home Artly. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're not new to my channel, welcome still. Today's video, I'm excited. I'm gonna be doing something a little bit different, and that is I'm gonna be basically recreating some higher end pieces that I saw and I really liked, and I want them for my home, but they're really expensive, and even if I could afford it, I don't want to spend that kind of money on home decor because I change up, I change my mind. I might love it for like a month or a year, and then I want to change it, and I don't want to feel bad that I spent so much money on it to begin with. So I was like, you know what? Let me see if I can take these home decor ideas. I wanted to see if I can use things from the Dollar Tree, things that I already had in my home. So let's just jump right in. The first one is a piece that you can see here. It's a piece from, I don't even remember where it's from, but let's not even worry about where it's from. It was like $560, number one. That's crazy. I'm not interested in spending that kind of money. So yeah, I wanted to use things from the Dollar Tree that I could make it look as similar and the same idea basically. So that's what I did. I went to Dollar Tree and I found this wreath here. It's called a wreath form, and I think it's so you can customize it to make it whatever you want it to look like. You can put flowers in it, you can put like garland, you could use the rope, the nautical rope from Dollar Tree, and you can just it's endless, the possibilities. So I really like that it's got 4 rings because I'm gonna be using the inner ring, which is the smallest one. And I'll save the other 3 for another DIY. And I also found these hula skirts from Dollar Tree. And at first I was like, what am I gonna do with this hula skirt? Like, can I really do what I want to? The pack is sealed, so I wasn't like, I was like, maybe if I could open it up and see how fragile it was, then I'd feel a little bit better, but I wasn't able to do that. So I just went with it. I was like, hey, it's $1. I don't have much to lose. So I think I picked up like 4 or 5 bundles of the hula skirts, and of course this do-it-all nautical rope. So yeah, let's get started with the first one. What I'm basically gonna do is I'm gonna take this wreath, and again, I don't need all the rings. I just need the smallest one. So I'm gonna take my wire cutters and I'm gonna remove that. Okay, so I have detached my ring or circle, whatever you want to call it. I've detached it from the other part of the wreath, and I've got that all ready. What I'm gonna do next is basically take this nautical rope and I'm gonna wrap it around so that you don't see any of the green. Just a little reminder that if you aren't already subscribed to my channel, go ahead and click that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss out on when I upload new videos. Also, be sure to follow me on Instagram. I post reminders of when I'm going to be uploading a new video or just random home decor inspiration. for this next step, I decided that I wasn't really happy with the original color of the hula skirts right out of the pack. So I was trying to figure out ways of how I could get these things a bit darker and have a bit more of a richer color so that it would really contrast and bounce off of my wall. So I decided that painting was just going to be too messy. I went with a tea bath, and you can see here I just steeped 40 or 50 bags of tea in hot water, and then I tossed these in for about 40 minutes and I let it dry. And I did this process twice because I figured I would achieve a bit of a richer color that way, and I was really happy with the results. This is the original, and this is what it looks like after 2 tea baths fully dried. And I'm really happy with this result. Okay, so now that I have attached all of my hula skirt pieces, what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna basically be cleaning up my hanging piece now. I have all these like little hanging pieces of rope, so I'm just gonna clean that up with my scissors. So for my next DIY, I'm going to be trying to recreate 2 vases. I'm going to be making a set, if you haven't guessed. And the original that I saw, they were not actually very expensive. They were probably like, one was $10 and one was like $12, which is not at all high end. It's like actually fairly decent. So for the set, it's $24, but still, I could just do it so much cheaper. So I was like, okay, I don't want to spend $24. I want to spend $2 at the Dollar Tree. So I went to my local Dollar Tree and I found these 2 vases. They were the perfect size for mimicking the original set that I saw. So I ran outside to spray paint my vases. I coated them once. I let it dry for about 20 minutes and then I gave it a second coat and I let it dry for about an hour, and then I decided it needed a third coat because I just wanted to make sure that it was really opaque and I didn't want it to mimic glass. So I gave it 3 complete coats and I let it dry for about 2 hours. Alright guys, so I'm back. I have spray painted my vases and I really like how they came out. The color again is Heirloom White and the brand is Rust-Oleum. So now that these are dry, I'm thinking that I'm ready to add my polka dots. And yeah, so what I've decided was to use a regular piece of printer paper, and I have a hole puncher, but I'm thinking that it's gonna make, this is like a standard size hole. All hole punchers, if I'm not mistaken, are the same. Maybe Michael's does have different size ones in a section of the store that I've just never come across. But I don't want to buy anything. So yeah, I'm either going to use this or I asked my husband if he had something that would make smaller holes than a hole puncher, and he gave me he gave me this, which he says is a hole puncher for his leather belts. I don't know if it's going to work on paper, but I assume if it can poke through leather, it can get through a really thin sheet of paper. So when I was all done experimenting with my hole puncher, I decided not to film that part because it was a lot of trial and error and it was just way too long of a process. So I eventually did get the hole puncher to work on paper. I ended up using a stiffer type of paper, which worked a lot better. And you can see here I got a small enough stencil to work with. But unfortunately, when I did start spray painting and my plan didn't really go accordingly, the stencil I couldn't get it close enough to the vase because the vase was curved, and I ended up getting the black spray paint everywhere. So I had to end up going back, spray painting over the black with the Heirloom White again, and I decided to just head on inside and maybe try my hand a bit with the acrylics and see if I could get a bit luckier. It did end up working out a little bit better, but it was still a bit trickier. So doing it this way, I was hoping to accomplish a bit of a neater look and just have a little bit more control over where the paint would go. And it did overall work out a lot better than the spray paint. However, I was still not achieving perfect circles the way I wanted to. You can see here that I did create better circles, and it really was coming out a lot more uniformed, but the circles were still not perfect. So I decided to freehand it, and I was a lot happier at the end with doing this technique, which I ended up just using a Q-tip and my acrylic paint and just putting the polka dots around the vase wherever I wanted to place them. And it worked out great as well. I am back with my last DIY. It's gonna be a wall hanging. It's a black framed wall hanging, and the inside of it I believe is paper. I think it's like 2 layers, sort of yeah, two pieces of paper layered on top of one another to create this really pretty design. This piece was $250 out of my budget. I don't want to spend that, so I wanted to see if I can recreate it. So I went to my local Dollar Tree and I found this frame here, and it's an 11 by 14 frame, picture frame. It's just regular plastic picture frame with it's got a cardboard backing and glass at the front. So I'm gonna see if I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep it brown or spray paint the frame black. We'll see. And then I also picked up these shelf liners, and I also have this, which is a rug underlay. I'm gonna go ahead and get this open and get started and just start playing with some designs. So when I started experimenting with this framed artwork, I actually ended up deciding really quickly that I wanted to keep it super simple and easy and just, you know, not do too much, because sometimes less is more. In the process, I decided that I was really liking the two lighter colors on top of one another. Okay, so if you've made it all the way to the end, I am very grateful for you. I know it was a bit of a lengthier video, but in my defense, I did give you 3 DIYs instead of just 1. So if you did watch to the end, thank you so much, and I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed making it for you. If you did like it, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.